All right, just a couple more examples will get you the rest of the assignment. Numbers 15 through 24 involve finding sums. So here's a sequence of numbers. It says find S8. That simply means find the sum of the first 8 terms. That's all that means. Find the sum of the first 8 terms. So we're going to list out 8 terms and add them together. So 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 more terms. You're counting by 3. So the next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more terms. So the next term would be 23, 26, and 29. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 8 terms. So I just need to add those terms up. I can't do that in my head. Let's see. 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20 plus 23 plus 26 plus 29. That's 148. Okay. So that's all that means. S8 means find the sum of the first 8 terms. Now there's another way. There's another symbol that means sum. That's this thing right here. That's capital or uppercase sigma. That's a Greek letter S. That also means find the sum. Now, it's a little bit different how that works. Let me show you one of the examples. You'll see very similar. All right. It'll be n equals, say, 1 to 5 of 3n plus 2. Okay. It looks really weird, but it means it's also find the sum. This is where you're going to start. You're going to start with 1, and you're going to end with 5. So you're going to plug in numbers 1 through 5 into this, and then you're going to add up the results. So it's going to be, let's see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to start with 1. We're going to plug in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Start with 1, end with 5. We're going to plug in all of those numbers into this formula. All right, what do you get when you plug in 1? Well, that's 3 times 1. That's 3 plus 2. That's 5. So when you plug in 1, you get 5. Now, you got to keep going until you plug in 5. So let's plug in 2. What do you get when you plug in 2? 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. Now we have to plug in 3. We got to keep going until we get to 5. Plug in 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. Now plug in 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 2, that's 14. Now plug in 5. This is our last number. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. So we started with 1, and then we kept going until we plugged in 5. And this symbol sigma means now add those up. So that's what we did. Now, if you add those up, let's see, I can't do that in my head either. 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17, that gives me 55. So the answer is 55. Now let's do one more of those. I'm going to write it that way again. Sigma, that means add up. I'm going to start with 2 this time, and then I'm going to end with 6. And I'm going to plug them into this formula, n squared minus 1. So we're going to start with 2. We're going to end with 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to plug in 2, then we're going to plug in 3, plug in 4, plug in 5, plug in 6. Start with 2, end with 6. Now, when you plug in 2, you're going to plug it in where the n is. So 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now we're going to plug in 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. Now we're going to plug in 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 1 is 15. Plug in 5. 5 squared is 25. Minus 1 is 24. Plug in 6. That's the last number we're going to plug in. 3 squared is 36. 36 minus 1 is 35. Now we're going to add those numbers up. All right. Hold on. All right. So that's going to be 3 plus 8 plus 15 plus 24 plus 35. The answer is 85. So you should be ready to do the rest of the assignment.